Sorry, Amber Rose is a bird.
Everybody's so shocked at how Amber Rose is aging. Was she supposed to age like a black lady? Like the fuck? Amber Rose is like 15 to 25% black. She's aging appropriately for her age. She's 41 years old. What are we so shocked for? Amber Rose's father comes from white descent. It's very obvious. Go look the man up. And her mom African. You know what I'm saying? But like, people be forgetting that it's not. There's a lot of non-black people in Africa. Where her mom come from, the mothers are like Spaniards. Like, but all I'm saying is that let's not give her that dark-skinned woman grace now, please. The bitch is white. What are we? What are we surprised at? Like, everybody's like, oh, and for me, it's all the black woman that's so surprised that she's aging like how she should be aging. I don't know. Like, come on, guys, please. Like, everybody just keeps on talking about it as if it's actually surprising. It's like Amber Rose been aging since she was like 37. It's like that neck been wrinkly. You guys are just now noticing? Come on, guys, please.
Photo of 41-year-old Amber Rose at Travis Scott's recent HBCU celebrity softball game is going viral. A lot of people are in admiration of her forehead tattoos and her beautiful smile.
Why are y'all surprised that Amber Rose is aging like spoiled milk? Like she's not like us. Like, everybody thinks just because you like a drop of black that you're never going to age. But also, she got a lot of cosmetic surgeries going on. She had a lot of Botox or whatever. Like, that stuff catches up to you. And the fact that she's 41, you want to start showing signs that, you're aging. It don't matter how many surgeries you get. We can tell you are getting old. All right? Growing up, old folks always told me that looks fade. And in our society right now, everybody wants to stay young forever. Everybody wants that forever skin like Beyonce or Pharrell or somebody like that. And a large majority of us is just not going to get it. Like, once you hit 30, you're going to start feeling that shit. At 40, yeah. And then if you get surgeries on top of that, eventually, you're going to have to keep going to get those surgeries. You're going to have to keep going to get those Botoxes. And it's going to change your skin. Those are chemicals that you're putting up in there. So, everybody having that discourse about Amber Rose aging, she's supposed to. It's natural. It's okay. Also, she's not all the way black. She's like 14%. She's not like us.
Amber Rose says she's not a black woman, and I 100% agree. We need to let biracial people be biracial. The only reason y'all would know that this girl is biracial is because she told you. Kanye popped out with Amber. I thought she was Puerto Rican.
I was surprised to see this today. TikTok is buzzing about Amber Rose, and it's because of something that we all have to do at some point if we keep living. It's because she looks like she's actually aging at the age of 41. And there's a lot of different topics that are coming about, as you saw in some of the videos. One is the, idea that women shouldn't be aging, or if you're a black woman, you're supposed to age a certain way. She's a biracial woman. That means that she's not going to age as well. She's going to age because of her high percentage of European ancestry. And so I actually think that people are trolling Amber Rose right now, mainly because the last time that we really heard about her was because she was speaking at the Republican convention and was proudly MAGA, although before we had always known her to be a very liberal woman.
Amber Rose took an Uber to the Republican National Convention, stood up on that stage, took a look at Donald Trump in that crowd and everyone else, smiled, and said, "These are my people. This is where I belong." And see, now, the most alarming part of this isn't what she did in this convention. It's what she does outside of this convention. Because Amber Rose is a mother to 2 black boys. She has one son with rapper Wiz Khalifa, and she has another son with Alexander Edwards. And this is why, as black people in America, you need to be really careful and really think about who you choose to be the parent of your children. Because that one-drop rule is really one-dropping right here. And speaking of that, Can we all agree at this point that Jocelyn Hernandez was 100% right when she called out Amber Rose on College Hill Celebrity Edition for the way she operates within the Black community and outside of it?
Sorry, Amber Rose is a bird, okay? She is a big bird, and it's so transparent what's going on here. She's been washed for a minute. The rappers are not giving her the attention anymore. She's tired of being in that lane, and she's skint, and she's doing this for money. There's nothing sincere about it, because I don't see how, and I get it, like, people can change their political stances or whatever, but to go from this extreme, like, 1 minute you're doing a slut walk and you're talking about like, you know, feminism and the progression of women and slut shaming and all of this stuff, and then now you're going and you're backing someone that is a blatant misogynist, a blatant racist. And I saw this kind of coming, because she's been doing this thing lately where she's been denouncing that she's black, whereas before she's benefited off of it. Like before when people thought she was, I never thought she was mixed. I always thought she was a white woman with, you know, that was in black spaces with a bit of spice. I never ever thought she was black anyway. But you know, in America, literally you can have a great grandmother and they'll say that you're black in it. So but lately she's been slowly denouncing it. She's been on like Clubhouse and like certain interviews being like, I'm mixed, and there's nothing wrong with that, because, you know, that's what she is. But it was just the timing seemed very, do you know what I mean? It felt like she was planting seeds. So now that we're here, and I think it was at what was the thing that she spoke at? And she was like, I'm finally with my people. And what I saw, the little clip I saw of her with Candace Owens, is that she is a bird. She doesn't know what is going on. She's just backing this thing because it's given her some clout. She probably got a nice check. And so you just can't take people like that seriously, that stand on nothing.
So for me, I don't believe in forgiveness if you don't want to forgive.
Oh.
That's my philosophy. I'm very happy with still hating people because it makes me happy.
I love that.
Yeah. So wow. I feel like a lot of people are like, forgiveness is going to heal you. Yeah. You're going to be better. You know, I think if it's eating away at you where it's like affecting your life, then maybe you should try a different avenue. But I'm very comfortable with hating people from my past.
So keeping the same energy that Amber Rose just had in that video of not forgiving people, I don't think Black people as a whole will ever forgive Amber Rose for supporting MAGA and publicly going to their convention and speaking up and doing this 180 on her liberal values that she was so proud of when she was younger, and then kind of flip-flop. Now, people change their political views, but the thing is, when you're a celebrity and you're already a controversial figure, I think you're just going to be looked at a lot harder. Now, there's a lot of different topics that I mentioned earlier. So this idea that women can't age, or this scrutiny when someone is aging, I think that needs to go away. I really do. I wish it would, because yes, we want to age gracefully and everything, but we're all going to age. And I think we need to get used to the idea of women aging and even seeing some sort of beauty in that. The other thing is that Black women do age amazingly most of the time. So a lot of this is due to us having a lot of melanin in our skin, which protects us from the sun a bit more than others. And so we age differently in general. But Amber Rose, to me, she's never appeared Black. She's always looked like a biracial woman. You can clearly see in pictures that she has some melanin in her skin, like maybe, you know, a small percentage, but she could definitely also look like a white woman if she has longer hair. It just really depends on how she styles up her look to either be more ethnic looking or not. So the whole biracials age like milk thing, I don't really understand, because I recall a lot of celebrities like Nicole Murphy, Stacey Dash, which might be a little similar in how she did a 180 as well, and Black people turned on her. Vanessa Williams, Marjorie Harvey, they all look really good for their age. Like, they've aged fairly well. I do believe they've all had some sort of skin treatments and procedures, probably a better quality maybe compared to Amber Rose. I think each of them have access to plenty of money to get the best care. So those are things that I think we have to consider if we are getting procedures. It's the long-term plan. And like the guy mentioned, once you start getting these procedures, you can't just stop all of them. You do have to have a maintenance plan. Like, some of these are lifelong decisions that you have to make. And even with plastic surgery versus like Botox and things, you have to consider what path you kind of want to go on and what the alternatives are for you, also what the consequences are of getting certain procedures. And I feel like get different opinions. Not every doctor is going to be great for you, especially if you're a Black woman or a woman of color. Next, I wanted to talk about, you know, Amber Rose and this whole Black don't crack. I think, sure, Black doesn't crack if you take good care of your skin. Amber Rose, she's known to be a party girl. Wasn't she getting paid for that? And she's been dealing with all of these wild men, rappers, all kind of things. All these men that seem to cause stress. Like if you have multiple men in your life romantically, it sounds like that would be very stressful in my opinion, which is a major cause of aging. I really do, like I mentioned earlier, I think Black people online are trolling Amber Rose, and that's why she's trending, because folks don't like her at this point. She's done too many things, said too many things about the Black community, and ultimately when she supported Donald Trump, that I think that pushed a lot of people away from her. So of course, when you show up in a way that's not favorable, people are going to show you no sympathy, just like what she was saying, no forgiveness. I don't think Black people as a whole will be forgiving Amber Rose, just like they did Stacey Dash. Haven't heard from her since. The other thing I wanted to discuss is the one drop rule. I think this needs to end. I don't understand why we're doing it. This whole, if you have 1% African blood in you, or if you show a hint of a tan, although you generally appear white as a white man or woman, I don't think that we should be calling you Black. You're clearly biracial or multiracial, whatever you want to call yourself. But that, I think that will cause a lot of different issues, similar to what happened with Aboriginals with different benefits in Australia. And also you have a situation where you could have another Rachel Dolezal, who was portraying herself as a Black person, and she was a white woman, or she is a white woman. And she actually received a lot of aid that was supposed to go to Black people that had, you know, a difficult time paying for different programs and such, right? The other thing is the one drop rule was not created by us. So why are we pushing so hard to keep something in place that was not to support us in any way or help us in any way? So why are we trying so hard to push the one drop rule in 2025?